she says self-love isn't fluffy, that it's actually the foundation to your success.
Yes, Barb Betts is a keynote speaker and the author of The Relationship Advantage, Unlock the Life-Changing Power of Human Connection. Oh, it's so good. And she's here to give us all the advice. Welcome in.
Oh, thanks for having me, ladies.
Glad you're here. And perfect. It's timely. You know, Valentine's Day is Saturday, so we're all thinking about our special someone. But you say relationships, it all starts with ourselves. Explain, why is that so important to you?
Yeah, I believe that when we talk about relationships, we're always focusing on external relationships. We're always focusing on relationships with others, and that is incredibly important. It's the foundation of life and business. But I believe the most important relationship that you have is the one that you have with yourself.
So what does that look like to love ourselves?
Well, what it means to love yourself is truly know who you are. Right? Okay. Know who you are and be who you actually are designed to be. We spend so much of our life, especially as adults, in this mode of performance and protection, right? Constantly trying to be who we think we need to be in order to impress someone else. And at the end of the day, knowing who you really are inside, loving that person and showing up as that person in the world is, I believe, the foundation of everything.
Yes, oh, I love that. And you talk more about authenticity, especially with ourselves. I think sometimes it's hard to look in the mirror and drop that mask, especially for ourselves and to the world. How do we do that?
I love that you said mask, right? Because we have been taught our entire lives to put these masks on, to put this armor on every day, which is why I don't think authenticity, when we talk about just be yourself or just be authentic, I don't think many people even know what that really means. I reframe authenticity into a new container. And I talk about how authenticity isn't about doing anything. Authenticity is about truly undoing everything that isn't you.
Good advice. All right, so this is obviously some of what we can expect inside your book here. Please fill us in on what viewers can read.
Yeah, so The Relationship Advantage is all about how we unlock the life-changing power of human connection. And it's broken up into 3 sections. The first section is all about the relationship with yourself that we just talked about and 4 permissions that I give you to show up as your real self. The second section is about how do we build authentic, trust-based relationships with others. And then the third section, which might be one of my favorites, is how do we make an impact with relationships, with a chapter on sales, a chapter on leadership, a chapter on building community, and ultimately how relationships are our legacy.
Yes. It's so important, and it's so cyclical. You say relationships should be built with intent. So when you're having a conversation, you say, turn it around on the other person. Explain.
Yeah, so I talk about how we have to truly be intentional about our relationships. We have to make it about someone else, right? The most important relationship we have is the one we have with ourselves. But if we want to build effective relationships with others to propel our life and business, we have to truly show up and understand someone else. And I teach a connection loop on how we can do that and how we can actually show up real and human in someone else's life and create that relatability factor that I believe is one of the foundations to all relationships.
Well, you're just talking about how you're teaching. We know you're obviously an author. I know your work often brings you right here to Music City.
My favorite city in America.
She secretly wants to move here.
I do want to move here.
Tell us more about that work.
Yeah, so keynote speaking kind of developed after a 20-year career in real estate, and it brought me to stages and training and speaking, and I found my passion and my gift, and now I travel the country, and Nashville is one of the biggest conference cities, and so I think I'm here 3 times over the fall, and so it is my favorite city. I love coming here, and I do want to move here.
Well, I would say you have really nailed authenticity and taking off the mask. And, you know, I was looking at your Instagram and you are so raw and real. I was inspired by a video that you posted and you took off your wig.
Yes.
Please explain that and why it was important to tell that story to the world.
So important because it is the foundation of when I really figured out who my authentic self was. I always tell adults that it's okay to not have it all together and to realize that there can be further chapters of you. And I didn't really figure this out till 5 years ago, and I went through an incredible hair loss journey. I'm just genetically prone to hair loss with some other medical issues, and when I realized through a transplant consultation that my hair wasn't coming back, I decided to pivot to human hair wigs full time. And the thing I did differently was I came out authentic and vulnerable to the world, and I shared my story on social media, and it quite literally changed my life.
Well, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Pre-order your book, everyone, and get your copy of The Relationship Advantage this May. Visit therelationshipadvantagebook.com for more details.